but 3 times been to the Super Bowl, never a winner. The Raiders 6 times on the threshold, not getting here. These are hungry football teams, and the world waits to find out who's going to wear that Super Bowl ring.
The Raider offensive line never had a finer hour. Gene Upshaw and Art Shell chewed up Minnesota's Purple People Eaters, and Oakland rolled up more rushing yards than any team in Super Bowl history. Behind a wall of silver and black, the snake was flawless, picking Minnesota to pieces. Super Bowl 11 was never a contest. It was total domination. This silver and black Sunday had been a long time coming. After 16 victories and just 1 defeat, the greatness of the Raiders was undeniable, and ageless cornerback Willie Brown carried them into history.
Staubach, the quarterback, taking the ball, faking, he's back to throw. Staubach straight down the middle, open man at the 50. He's coming again. He's down the middle, 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. And Staubach hit Drew Pearson.
The Cowboys scored on a play which we had studied, and I said, geez, I think this play is going to happen. This is a formation, and I'm trying to check out of it. And it was very noisy, so I wasn't comfortable that everybody was getting the check, so being a safety, I decided to play it safe, and I just backed up. If they do this again, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to go.
The most important thing to me when I stepped onto the field was to make the first catch. I had to make that catch. I don't care where the ball was, I had to catch it.
And back goes Bradshaw to fire to the near side, and it made the interception. And they roll a good catch at the Dallas 16-yard line.
The Steelers had never seen an offense quite like the Cowboys. But the Cowboys had never seen a defense like the Steel Curtain. The Steelers sacked Roger Staubach 7 times and dominated the game.
Staubach, cool as a cucumber, lines them up, bringing a man in motion from wide right to left. Staubach, double fake, drops back and throws down to the middle. Intercepted, picked off by Wagner. He's coming over the 50, the 10. He's down to the 6-yard line.
Wagner's interception helped the Steelers take their first lead. As usual, they'd save their best for last.
Bradshaw's back, he wants to throw. Now he fires for the ball, and wins one going for it. Bond holds it in for a touchdown.
With 3 seconds left, the Cowboys had one last chance.
And he threw a ball down about the goal line, and it's in my direction. And it went off my finger, and then I panicked. And I came to the ground, and I looked back, and Glenn Edwards had caught it. I go, oh, thank God. And then he starts running out of the end zone. And I'm laying there going, what's he doing? Glenn, stop. Run out of bounds. Fall down.
But there was nothing left to worry about, and nothing more to prove. The Pittsburgh Steelers were Super Bowl champions again. The man who didn't think he could play became the first wide receiver ever named Super Bowl MVP.
Chuck Noll was an assistant coach for the Baltimore Colts when they lost to the New York Jets in Super Bowl III. Noll believed the Colts were too tight before that game, so he took no chances when his Steelers went to New Orleans.
The way Chuck approached it, I think, made all the difference in the world. The time he gave us, responsibility that he gave us, was, to me, a wonderful way to approach it.
Noll's approach was in direct contrast to that of Vikings coach Bud Grant, whose team had lost 2 previous Super Bowls. Right behind Joe Green was number 78, Dwight White, who'd spent the week in the hospital and lost 20 pounds.
You know, I guess we're trying to humor him because we know he's not going to play. When we go through our warm-ups, when we take a headbutt, we clash together, and I thought he was going to, fall and pass out, but he hung in there,
White more than hung in there. He started and played most of the game. He even scored the only 2 points of the first half on a safety.
How he managed to play that day and how he managed to play as well as he played, I don't know if he knows.
The Steelers shut down the Minnesota ground game just as they had to Buffalo and Oakland. The Vikings ran the ball 20 times for a total of 17 yards. Quarterback Fran Tarkenton fared no better. He completed just 11 of his 27 passes and threw 3 interceptions.
I intercepted one. Didn't run very far.
But the Steelers clinging to a 3-point fourth quarter lead, the game was in the quarterback's hands.
We've got 2 yards to go on third down. He's going to pass. Terry Bradshaw fires, and it's caught the 40. Holy smokes!
Bradshaw engineered a 7-minute drive that finished off the Vikings and laid to rest any remaining doubts in the Blonde Bomber.
There's touchdown here.
There is Bradshaw rolling right. Bradshaw gets a big block and fires into the end zone, complete for the touchdown. Hitting Larry Brown in the end zone.
Terry had more ups and downs after that, but that probably gave him the confidence, the staying confidence that regardless of how things come out, that you're still good enough to play.
We will put on the line 1 bag of oranges and all the suntan lotion that you can use before March the 1st. Now, we feel that about the only thing that, of course, that you could reciprocate with is a bag of snow, if that's agreeable to you.
When Miami's civic leaders made their friendly wager with their counterparts in Minnesota, they did not know that for the 3rd consecutive year, Sports Illustrated would predict a Miami loss in the Super Bowl.
The Dolphins won the toss.
The Dolphins are going to receive the ball to start the game. They've lost only 1 toss all year long.
In the playoffs of 1973, all 3 coin tosses we won, and we received all 3 times. And all 3 games, we methodically went down and scored touchdowns.
Breezy takes the snap. It's Zonka straight up the middle, and he's got the touchdown. Larry Zonka carries it in from 5 yards out, and the Dolphins have scored first. So far, it's been all Miami. All Larry Zonka. That's right.
When you look at the films, you can see guys came with me on a fake. They know I didn't have the ball, but they didn't want to have to tackle Zonka because Zonka was on a roll in that game, and there was no way that they could stop us. They could not stop the machine that we brought there.
And off Zonka, he's got it in end zone. And Zonka picks up another 13 yards.
The Dolphins had success running at the Vikings all-pro tackle Alan Page. That's because Bob Kuchenberg, playing with his broken left arm in a cast, dominated and frustrated his former Notre Dame teammate. Miami dismantled a Viking defense that had allowed the fewest points in the NFC. The swarming Miami defense shut down quarterback Fran Tarkenton and smothered the Vikings' attack.
Keep waving them, gang.
On offense, the Dolphins stayed with the game plan that won for them all season. Bob Greasy threw only 7 passes, but he completed 6 of them.
It is caught. Warfield caught the ball while skidding down. A 27-yard pass play and an amazing catch by Warfield.
Larry Zonka was the game's most valuable player, rushing for 145 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns.
Now he hands off to Zonk, heading right side. Touchdown, Larry Zonka. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins, if they hadn't already, have now established clear superiority in this game.
With the victory and the championship assured, Shula paid tribute to several veterans by allowing them a curtain call.
One of the great honors in my career was at the end of Super Bowl 8, Coach Shula
expected to have his $20 million contract option picked up by the team. Not a surprise, but an important piece for one of the biggest storylines for the 2000.
Of my life.
Classic call to the hall kind of stuff. Now, if Adam Thielen keeps up these kind of numbers, maybe he could be getting that knock on his door. But for now, he's just hanging out with Scott Hansen and James Jones.
Fires over the middle, caught Thielen, touchdown!
Vikings, Adam Thielen. Adam, good to see you, bud.
Good to see you guys.
I see by your shirt you are joined 2 months of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know, thinking back at it. You know, you just kind of get going in the season, and you just take 1 week at a time. You don't really think about a streak, or you just try to do your best every week, and really you just focus on winning. And if you get open, you know you're going to get the ball.
I've got a Viking and a Packer here. I think you guys have done a great job of being cordial with each other.
That's a good point, yeah.
But I can feel the competitiveness right here.
It's always respect.
We happen to have, ladies and gentlemen, a little mini finger football game, the one that you played, you know, in 3rd grade growing up. You guys want to go head to head?
Let's do it. I'm ready. Yeah.
20s. I'm gonna commentate, man. I get to do red zone style right here for this.
Yes, you can pick who goes first. You want me?
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Okay,
I want to see what I got to beat.
Let's put 20 seconds on the clock. 20. Ladies and gentlemen, Green Bay Packer great James Jones. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, starts it on.
The intensity.
Oh.
Underneath the crossbar. 2.
Uh-oh. Hot
JJ,
start.
with the Super Bowl ring on.
Yeah,
10
no
seconds
kidding.
left. You got to hurry up. You got 2.
Oh, he's flustered now. He's flustered now. Game winner. That was pretty good. That was good.
20 seconds? You could beat that.
I like that. But I really like the Super Bowl ring flashing every time he was flicking.
How you going to tell him he's going to beat that? We on the same team. He's supposed to be on my side.
That's kind of right. Let's go, Thielen. Let's see what you got, Thielen.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Behind the 20, right?
Adam Thielen. On or behind the 20. 20 seconds on the clock.
You got to hit
3,
that first one.
2, 1, go. Oh, hits the post and goes down. No Chicago Bears jokes I will make. That one went over. That one, no, underneath. Go.
There we go.
1. Let's go. You need 2 more. Underneath. No good. No. Dribble. 3,
that's good.
2, 1. He hit it. He hit it.
2 in a row.